Hey, everybody, it's Cindy Whitmer here with the Life Makeovers podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know if you heard my interview the other day with Brooke Vandenbrink-Ross. She's one of my best friends and just a remarkable woman who's been through all kinds of things in midlife. And we had a wonderful conversation. And what I'm doing with my podcast is that after every interview, I give or have a couple days later, I'm going to share some of the main takeaways that we heard and learned through those conversations. So, one of the things that Brooke shared was experience of having some of their gas siphoned from someone, and instead of just being angry or upset or freaking out over this crime being committed literally in their driveway, she talked about how she decided to adopt a bigger view of the situation. And I respect that so much. I mean, somehow she was able to find within herself the compassion for the person doing the stealing and being curious and caring about what might be going on in that person's lives that they would be doing something like this. And so one of the things I took from our talk is to always try to have a wider lens in which we see anything going on, because there's more to maybe going on at any given time than what it looks like on the surface, which may help us cope with some of the things that go on that we don't like. And then secondly, we talked a lot about friendship. We spent quite a lot of time of talking about that. And because as I told her, a lot of you have told me and to and you're not sure how to do it, and you're not sure how to keep them healthy or ongoing or whatever. And so we talked a lot about that, and I would really recommend you go back and listen to the whole episode if you really want to dive deep into that topic. But some of the things that we discussed were, it's easy to find friends when you involve yourself in organizations or clubs or options where you're expressing some of your own passions with people who also share those passions. So meetup groups or churches or community clubs or athletic clubs or book clubs or who knows, whatever is important to you, getting to know other people that share that same passion. And that, being a good friend is how you make friends. And so it's important to reach out. She said, you can't make friends if you're living in a cocoon. And so it's really important to reach out. And then one of the things we've loved about our friendship and highly recommend is to have a no judgment policy between yourselves. Just accept your friends, the people in your circles, just for who they are, because they're just perfectly imperfect like the rest of us, right? So anyway, there's more on that, on how to be a great friend and how to make friends in our episode. And another point she made is that really deep down, deep in our hearts, we're all really more the same than different, which is so, so true. I mean, everybody wants connection. Everybody wants to belong. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants kindness. And so to keep those things in mind, that people are just people. One of her most difficult experiences she shared was, the divorce she went through and what happened with her children through the divorce process, and the financial struggles she's found herself in over the years, and how she's come through those situations. And some of her greatest lessons learned revolved around being able to forgive herself where she feels she fell short in her life, and to forgive others in her life as well. And I just think that's so important to remind us all of the importance of forgiving ourselves and each other. And then she's also found a lot of learning in the financial space in her life, and the importance of discernment when it comes to our money and what we value and so forth. So I loved her points around that. And she said, the key to living well is to know yourself, and not should on yourself, and not stack a bunch of expectations on yourself, but instead give yourself credit for what you've gone through, for what you've experienced, what you've contributed, and really find gratitude in everything. And one of her final points, which I think is so important that we forget sometimes, is to be still in our lives. Just take time for stillness and soak up and delight in the life that you have. Stillness is beautiful. So I hope those takeaways are meaningful to you. I thought our conversation was so worthwhile. And so I hope you will truly enjoy all the conversations that I have on the Life Makeovers podcast. If you want to know any other information about what I have going on in my coaching communities, my private coaching programs, speaking, etc., or if you'd like my free exclusive guide on how to start loving yourself unapologetically starting today, please go to my website at cindydwhitmer.com. All right. Thank you again for listening. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.